The Reaper, a myth common to several cultures in the galaxy, Reapers were once imagined as space monsters that consumed entire stars. Archaeologists who searched for the sources of such myths found little besides the themes of all-consuming devils that are common to primitive cultures. Although accurate information about the Reapers remains scarce, the galaxy now knows that the Reapers are not a myth. They are a real and devastating threat. The Reaper called Harbinger is believed to be the oldest and largest in the Reaper Armada. From the reaches of dark space, Harbinger managed to control the Collectors, a race of human-sized insectoid bipeds, as it sent them on a campaign to kill and gather humans from vulnerable colonies. The Collectors became a terrifying force in the galaxy, responsible for the murder of hundreds of thousands. Surviving colonists have described the tone of Harbinger's threats heard through the Collectors as they attacked as visceral and terrifying. Alliance intelligence has tentatively identified Harbinger as one of the Reapers leading the attack on Earth.
You don't say. Alright. I'll show you guys more about this close up in a bit. But let's just say that right there is one of my biggest gripes with this intro here. And I know I've already had quite a few gripes here in this intro, but that right there is...
Look out! How do you stop something so powerful?
I mean, Anderson, we already did. Again, just...
Take a running jump. It's farther than it looks.
So yeah, gameplay stuff, they added some kind of fun stuff here.
Gee.
Okay, here we go. Look at this. This is embarrassing. And this is even supposed to look better. By the way, also look at that water. Oh my gosh, that looks terrible. That looks so bad. You look at this background and it's just so bad. It's so cheap. And then you look at these sprites. Look at that. They are facing that direction. But you can see the direction they're running, right? Look at that. Look at how pathetic those sprites look. How cheap they look. The animation just, oh my gosh. That right there, I remember seeing that for the first time in the original game, and I remember just thinking that is one of the most pathetic things I've ever seen. The development team who did this should be ashamed of themselves. This is one of the more pathetic things I've ever seen in any game, and this is from someone who grew up in some of the older eras of games. Like, back then, it was kind of acceptable because that was the technology at the time. But this game came out in 2012. And you're telling me that this was the best that they could do? Now, I hoped that when they released this edition, they would have fixed this. Put a little effort into actually correcting this to try and make up for what was clearly a shameful display. A shameful display! But nope. It's still here. I found myself hoping that someone in the modding community is going to look at this and go, no, I can't let this stand, and make some mod to try and make this look a little better, if at all possible. I don't know if it's possible or not, but oh my gosh, this is just so embarrassing to look at. Jeez Louise. I don't even know what to compare this to in terms of like looking, just, you can't, it's like I can't stop looking at this because I can't believe this is actually a thing in this. I really don't know what to compare this to. Like being staring at something that's just embarrassing and shameful, but you want to look away, but you almost can't because you just still can't believe what you're looking at. So you just keep looking at it like, am I really seeing this? If any of you can come up with a decent comparison for what I'm describing here, by all means share them in the comments, because this... Ugh. And no, you can't actually, like, shoot them or anything or have them react because they have, like, 3 frames of animation. It's ridiculous. Alright. Enough. Enough.
Come on. We'll have to go this way. Looks clear. Let's go. Lieutenant Commander, you read me? I'm patching in Shepard.
We're almost to the Normandy. I've got Lieutenant Vega with me, but we're taking heavy fire.
We're about 5 minutes out. Say again? Commander! Damn it! Come on, we gotta move! Husk! Take him out! I'm out of ammo! Come on, we gotta move! Have to take these things out the old-fashioned way. Don't let them grab you.
So yeah, that's one of the things I actually like about this game. They tried to make the melee attack actually matter.
Gotta find a way
If you're a tech class, or even like a soldier, you have like an omni-tool blade. But if you're a biotic, I just love the fact that they did actually make that difference. That biotic characters and classes could actually use their biotics in a big punch like this, compared to a tech class that would use a omni-tool. I mean, it just makes perfect sense, right? So like I said, gameplay-wise, I don't have too many gripes with this game, because I just remember thinking, okay, they did a lot of problems with, like, writing and story and other areas here and there, but gameplay-wise, I actually think that they did a lot. By the way, did I mention that happy ending mod that I have doesn't have the Star Child thing at the end? So if you're like, oh no, it's the kid who's going to be at the end of the game. Not with this mod I have, he's not. So we can actually just let this be like an actual real kid as opposed to, some kind of hallucination or something. Because, look, I'm very familiar with the whole indoctrination theory thing, but it's not really something that I ever was too into. But Falcon Punch!
Through this way. Hey. It's okay.
Everyone's dying.
Come here. I need to get you someplace safe. Take my hand.
You can't help me.
Shepard! In here.
Like, there were some things about it that I thought, okay, that kind of makes sense, but I wasn't really a big backer of that theory.
This is a goddamn mess. Every minute these machines are here, thousands of innocent people die. I won't be responsible.
Like, the part about how it seems like nobody helps the kid up into the shuttle later on because, well, maybe he's not actually there and it's just a hallucination from Shepard. And I was like, okay, because that actually does kind of make sense, because when you pay attention to that scene, yeah, they just kind of seem to ignore him as if they don't see him there. But, you know, like I said, it had some interesting thoughts. I was like, huh, okay, it's an interesting point. But I was never really a big backer of it.
It's hard enough fighting a war, but it's worse knowing no matter how hard you try, you can't save them all.
Exactly. They hit so fast. I thought we'd have more time.
We knew they were coming.
And they still just cut through our defenses.
Because you didn't prepare.
We need to go to the Citadel. Talk to the Council.
So yeah, here's one of the mods I found, because originally it used to just straight up be like, you know, you pick this and Shepard would go, the Citadel? The fight is here! You know, like, not even considering the idea of, yeah, we know we need to go get some help because we're not going to be able to fight them by ourselves. That's part of the point of what's been going on here, that we can't fight these things by ourselves. Everyone has to fight together in order to be able to stand a chance. Like, all of our resources and armies and fleets and everything. So I liked the idea that rather than Shepard disagreeing here, that instead she says,
We'll go, if that's what you think we need to do.
It might be the only thing that saves us.
and if you're wondering, that dialogue was always there in the files.
To help us.
It was just cut. But it's been restored. Because of this mod.
No, but you're a Council Spectre. That has to count for something. Gotcha!
Thanks. I owe you one.
More than one. Grab some ammo. Reload, let's keep moving.
Hey, Harbinger. Now, don't get me wrong, guys.
How long since you've handled a weapon?
Really? Now, don't get me wrong. I love Keith David, okay? He's awesome. I love him as Anderson, and I love him as Goliath in Gargoyles, and I even love him as Dr. Facilier in The Princess and the Frog. But there are times where certain lines of dialogue, like I said, the way they... the dialogue they gave for him this time around at times just sounds odd. But then again, it's also, that's a case of, I have seen other instances where a really great actor just can only do so much if they have poor writing and poor direction. Because how many times have we seen it where a really good actor is put in a position where they end up having a performance that we kind of question until we start to look at it more and realize that the writing and direction was just really, really poor. And at first we think, oh man, that actor didn't do a good job. And then we see them as something else that actually has good writing and good direction, and they are really, really good. You know? Like, people thought at first that Hayden Christensen was a terrible actor until they saw him in other stuff that actually had good writing and direction, unlike the prequels, and started to realize, oh, this guy's actually a good actor. And some of these other people in the prequels, they're actually good actors too. They just had bad writing and direction given to them at the time. Like even Natalie Portman. Some people thought, oh, Natalie Portman wasn't a good actress. But then they saw her in other stuff and they realized, oh no, she's actually a good actress. So this is one of those cases where I consider Keith David a really good actor, but boy did he have not good writing and direction when this game came around.
Lieutenant Commander Williams, we're in sight of the spaceport. ETA 3 minutes.
We've made it to the Normandy, taking heavy fire. Oh god! They're gonna take down that dreadnought. Evasive maneuvers.
Lieutenant Commander, Ashley! Damn it, they're in trouble. Normandy, we're going to reroute. Do you copy? Normandy, come in. Friendlies.
You two all right?
Get down! They'll see you!
New enemy types, which of course makes sense.
Nice shot.
After all, they had a multiplayer added to this. That's Nova, by the way.
Finish them all. Shepard, over here. What happened here?
Our gunship was shot down. We barely made it.
You have a radio? We're trying to contact our ship.
No. There's one in the gunship, but it's gonna be crawling with those things.
Stay here, son. We'll get you out of here. Come on. Let's get to that gunship.
It's like, oh hey, Anderson is a companion now.
What the hell are those things?
That's the new shockwave. Bam! Oh, I missed my shotgun. Yeah, I got my assault rifle back.
Shepard, over here. I found a radio. Normandy, this is Anderson. Do you read?
Admiral, what's your location?
By a downed gunship in the harbor. I'm activating its distress beacon. Send support. We've got wounded down here. Lieutenant! Damn it! I lost the signal.
Let's hope that beacon does its job.
And fast. We've got company. Hope they get there soon.
You and me both!
You notice how fast we reload? Like I said, they really wanted to make the gameplay really good here because they were having a multiplayer added to this.
Running out of ammo.
Whoops.
About time.
Let's go!
I remember having a big smile on my face the first time I saw the Normandy there, with an Alliance symbol on there instead of Cerberus. Clearly updated for this.
Welcome back, Shepard. Thanks.
Shepard!
Come on!
I'm not going. You saw those men back there. There's a million more like them, and they need a leader.
We're in this fight together, Anderson.
It's a fight we can't win. Not without help. We need every species and all their ships to even have a chance at defeating the Reapers. Talk to the Council. Convince them to help us.
What if they won't listen?
Then make them listen. Now go! That's an order!
I don't take orders from you anymore, remember?
Consider yourself reinstated, Commander. You know what you have to do.
I'll be back for you, and I'll bring every fleet I can. Good luck.
You too, Shepard.
So, you remember what I was commenting on earlier? Notice that this boy here has nobody, giving him attention, giving him a hand, helping him, anything. Other people are being helped into the shuttles. But this little boy is being completely ignored. And that's why I thought, okay, that's a legit point when it comes to the whole talking about it, when it comes to the indoctrination theory here. Now, we can kind of consider that a... By the way, you notice the assault rifle was on her back? That's one of the fixes of this patch. You ever hear of how you can use like something shocking for to kind of get a cheap reaction? Like I think in a Modern Warfare game there was a child being blown up that didn't really have any meaning. It was just there for like a cheap shock for the viewer. You could probably consider that what happened to the kid there probably the same thing, even though it's supposed to play a role later on going forward, and Shepard will actually talk about it later, but yeah. I do like that it shows the pieces and remnants there of the ships that were destroyed falling to Earth, when we were like, what happened to the fleets in Admiral Hackett? Now Hackett's fine, but yeah.
What the hell's going on? Where's Anderson? Where are we going? Hey!
We're leaving.
Leaving?
What's going on?
Anderson wants us to go to the Citadel, get help for the fight.
Bullshit, he wouldn't order us to leave.
Okay, let me take a moment here to talk about James. James, unfortunately, has the position of being a brand new character inserted into this to get us to kind of give him attention and for the players to, hey, this is a new character, you like him, right? When we don't really want a new character, we want, especially not one that immediately kind of gives off an unlikable feel to him, we want our characters, our companions that we have been, like, players at this point, they're not wanting to see this guy James, this brand new guy. We are like, I don't know who you are. I've never seen you before. Why are you here? We know Ashley, but we want Garrus, we want Tali, we want Rex, we want Liara, we want Morden, we want Thane. We want the characters that we have known and actually want to fight alongside us. Now, don't get me wrong. I do like his voice actor, Freddie Prinze Jr. He's awesome. Okay, I love Freddie Prinze Jr. So I'm glad they chose him, that he got to be in this game. The problem is that James is just not that likable of a character. He's a brand new character, so we're having to take the time to have to get to know him and see if we actually like him. Now, he does kind of grow on you as the game goes on, but right from the get-go here, he doesn't give very likable vibes, to the point where there's never really been a point in the game where even if he's a companion to select, I didn't really want him. I never really chose him as an actual companion, because why would I pick him over Garrus, Liara, Tali, these characters that have been with us the whole time? It's an unfortunate position that he's put in, but at the same time, he was not... I don't think he was handled all that well. He, despite having a cool, notable, recognizable actor, he's unfortunately just not one of my favorite characters, honestly. It's unfortunate because he has kind of an interesting little story and backstory. He actually had a separate little Mass Effect like short film. I forget what it was called, but they actually had a short little movie kind of giving more to James's backstory leading into this game. And he'll even talk about this later, about how he was actually on a mission to get info about the collectors that he was going to use to try and stop them, until he found out that we had defeated them, which made his mission almost kind of pointless, and there were deaths in that mission. So, yeah. It's unfortunate. I feel like James could have been more liked if he just had been handled better, written better. And it's a shame that Freddie Prinze Jr. was given the reins of a character that was brand new, so players didn't necessarily want to start liking him right away. They wanted the other characters. How many players do you think were like, but I want my, my other companions and such. I don't want this guy, Especially when he has other lines later on that just, like, kind of... I forgot to comment on this, and I said this before when we did this the first time, going through this. You noticed how when he saw Ashley, he was like, the commander? And I thought to myself, does he not know anything about Shepard and what she's done and who was with her when she accomplished these things? Now, maybe that's considered, like, secret classified information, possibly, but... like, he doesn't know who Ashley is, or Liara, or Garrus, or Tali. He doesn't know who any of the people that Shepard has been working with all this time. Like, that's apparently just not common knowledge, I guess. Like, maybe the other, alien companions I could understand. Like, why would James know who Garrus is, or Tali, or any of that? But why wouldn't he know who Ashley is? I mean, again, unless that's, like, classified alliance intel, which I'm not really sure why, unless they were just trying to cover up everything like the council was. But it always really bothered me the way that James was just like, who are you? Who are you? Do you know Shepard? It never sounded or felt right. It's just something that always bugged me.
We don't have a choice. Without help, this war's already over.
Forget it. Drop me off someplace.
Enough! Don't you think I'd rather stay and fight? We're going to the Citadel. You want out? You can catch a ride back from there.
Commander!
Joker, that you?
Alive and kicking. Got an emergency transmission from Admiral Hackett for you.
Patch it through.
Shepard, sustained heavy losses. The Horde force was overwhelming. There's no way we can defeat them conventionally.
Anderson's already ordered me to the Citadel to talk to the Council.
First, I need you to... Lance outpost on Mars. We lose control of the system.
Yes, sir.
We've been researching the Prothean archives with Dr. Tassoni. We found a way to stop the Reapers. The only way to stop them. Contact soon. Hack it out.
Joker, set a course for the Mars archives.
Mars? Roger that.
This is local.
Why Mars? What does he think we'll find there?
I don't know yet. But if it helps us win this war. Grab your gear.
Oh, how nice. This actually gives me the opportunity to actually change her appearance, even before we do the first mission, which is nice, because it always bothered me that it was just like, oh, we're just going straight there. Now, story-wise, it does kind of make sense, because we saw her grab the N7 gear, but I've always liked, like, you know, the option to be able to, like, change these things. I like that we've got some more Alliance actual appearance stuff, which makes sense. We've gone from Cerberus stuff to now we are full on back with the Alliance. No Warcraft pun intended or joke intended here. If you know what yeah, I'm sorry. I hear the word Alliance. I can't help but think of the Alliance from World of Warcraft. But yeah, like full on Alliance uniform. And of course, we've got our hoodie back, which of course that's what we're doing. We got the regular N7 armor set here. And then there's the Cerberus Ajax armor, which, you know, I do like that it tries to help showcase that it's like, oh, hey, extra ammo, weapon damage, all this stuff. Like I said, they were really trying to help out with some of the other stuff in regards to, you know, gameplay and such. So you can see that. Oh, look, we have a helmet that shows the extra 10% health here, which makes sense, you know. Like, we have no other N7 other gear pieces yet, so yeah. It's interesting, like, I don't think the material has ever... It just kind of changes the appearance here, which I'm like, glare. There we go. Like, that's just how I've always seen that. I see that, I'm like, glare. Alright. We'll just stick with the normal classic pattern. We'll just stick with the normal classic look for now, you know. Like, there are other things we could do here, but, yeah, let's just go ahead and stick with the classic appearance here. Here's another thing that they did here. Weapon loadouts with weight. Now, I understand what they were going for here. The idea that, that weight affects how soon your powers recharge. But at the same time, I don't entirely get it because that was never an issue before. So why should it be an issue now? You know, it just kind of like, what? It always kind of bothered me, you know. All right, so all we have is the katana, okay, and all we have is the predator. Okay, I get it. So Ashley, she's got the Mantis and the Avenger, and James has the Avenger and the katana. Okay. There are, of course, mods, but I, of course, don't have them yet. So we will go ahead and do that. I mean, look at that. The Normandy got a full paint job.
I've been trying to reach Mars on secure channels. No one's answering.
Any sign of Reaper activity?
Negative.
Edie?
The base appears to be online. It's possible the inhabitants were evacuated.
We'll know soon enough. Be ready, Joker. Just in case.
Roger that. Normandy out.
We're almost there. Still no contact from the base, but we've got a massive storm headed our way.
How long till it hits?
Half hour tops. After that, we're gonna have difficulty keeping up comms with the Normandy.
Understood.
Damn, that's a huge storm. Looks a lot bigger in person.
Come on, Lieutenant. It's not that bad.
Doesn't mean it can't kill us.
I'm more worried about the war back on Earth, or the fact that nobody here is reporting in.
Fair enough.
Okay. Welcome to Mars. And we will be going through here when we return. Stay tuned.